Hello, IT Savvy Yotes. My name is Cadet Tristan McKenzie, and I'm your ISNCO, bringing you another helpful tips and tricks video to improve your technical readiness in 10 minutes or less. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy, and let's jump right in. Today, we will be familiarizing ourselves with Office 365 and its many applications. Being able to take advantage of all the products that come with an Office 365 account is crucial for all cadets in any major. Being competent in this area will make you a highly versatile student and a technically sound future officer. Now, before I jump into Office 365 and get you going on all that good stuff, I'd like to first give you a brief introduction on Microsoft OneDrive and show you how to use that and how to sync files, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier. So you're going to go ahead and open up a browser, and you're going to type OneDrive. You're going to click that first link that pops up, and then let me transition. So right here, you're going to go ahead and hit sign in, and then you will log in with your credentials. Once you've logged in, you should see a screen that looks similar to this. If you're a plebe and you haven't used OneDrive yet, you probably won't have any files in this area that says My Files, but no need to worry, we can go ahead and start downloading some files now. So on the left-hand side, you can see all of the teams that I've been added to, whether it be through Microsoft Teams or through SharePoint, etc. I'm going to go ahead and go into our company teams page, our company teams files, ComStaff 3rd Reg C3 with that little COYOTE patch. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to go into General. Now in this file, I see all of the files, the master tracker, the active shooter accountability, everything that's super important to our company that we want to keep updated in real time across all platforms. That is right there at my fingertips, and I can actually sync this to my computer, and I can sync it to my OneDrive files so that I can access it without having to open a browser, and it makes my life a whole lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. So from this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back one spot, right? And I'm going to make it so I can select this entire file, general, because inside of that is all the stuff that I want, right? So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to copy it to my files, right? So how do I do that? I'm going to select this copy to button up here, and then I'm going to go to my files. And then I will select a file folder that I want to copy it to. So in this case, I'm going to copy it to my Cal year company stuff, and I just want it in this folder, so I'm going to go ahead and say copy here. All right, so it just went ahead and copied, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when I open up my files. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to select my files, and I'm going to go into OneDrive. Then I'm going to go into the designated file that I assigned, company stuff, and right there you can see general. This is the this is everything that we need for our team site. So we got the master tracker, we have the task org, and the room list. And as you can see, it's currently populating right now. And it's quite interesting because it's updating in real time, and you can literally see that with the teams folder that our whole company has access to. So it's really powerful, and I highly recommend you use this tool for OneDrive, and it makes your life a whole lot easier. Okay, so starting from scratch, you'd be able to simply open your files once you've downloaded it, right? You go into your OneDrive, go into the file that you've designated, and right there it is. That's the file. I can open it, and I can see the whole task org, and I can access company resources, and they're currently still updating, so it's saying that they're empty, but you just have to give it time, maybe restart your computer, and they'll continue to update. All right, now a little quick troubleshooting tip. So for the most part, OneDrive is pretty reliable in updating all the files and everything, but sometimes, so in this case, it went ahead and it updated all the files that were in, all the documents that were in that file, but in some cases, there may be files that do not receive the things. Oh, it looks like it updated that one too. Oh, and it updated that one too. Okay, well, earlier it wasn't showing the documents, and I was just gonna say if you weren't receiving them after like 10 minutes and a restart, then you'd probably want to delete that whole file again, and then try to resync it and like recopy it to your files. Okay, so in this OneDrive application right here, there's many different buttons, and I'll let you guys troubleshoot this on your own, and you can play around with this. But you can see here, there's like, you got a share button, and you can share it with people in your organization. You would hit this button if you want to let them edit the changes and make any changes, and you can even copy a link. Obviously you have to enter the people first, and there's other things like you can even go to the Teams channel through this OneDrive, and then it'll literally open up the channel uh, in which you can find the files and all that good stuff. Okay, so now let's jump into Office 365 familiarization. So you're going to type in your browser Office 365, or you can type in office.com. And then it'll prompt you to log in with your credentials. I've already done that today, so it just automatically opened it for me. And on the left-hand side, you can see all the applications that you have at your disposal. You have Microsoft Outlook, Teams, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. So we're going to go through Outlook and Teams in this video, and then if you'd like me to go into the other applications, drop that in the survey at the end of the video, and I can do that for you. Okay, so first let's start off with Outlook. This is what you use for your email. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this little application, and it'll open it up in the web browser for me. So here I can see all the emails that I've been getting. If I want to, I can add folders in my inbox by right-clicking, create new subfolder, ISNCO test folder, hit enter, and right here, there's my folder. And whenever I get an email relating to that thing, I will drag it into my folder, and then it'll populate right there. If you want to bookmark this to your browser to make it more easily accessible, you can hit this star up here, and then you can name it. So I'm going to say email, and then you can choose the folder that you want it to be in. So I'll say ISNCOs lead the way. I want it to be in that folder. I'll hit done. And then when I go into a new browser, a new tab, right there in ISNCOs lead the way, that's the folder in my thing. I have the email right there, and I can go ahead and click it, and it opens it right up. Now, some of you may love the Outlook browser. I personally like the app, so I usually go into the taskbar, and I'll literally type in Outlook, hit enter, and I'll open it up in the app itself. I just feel like the app is more user-friendly, and it's easier for me to use, but it's shooter's preference. It's up to you guys. So there's a couple quick things I want to show you. First, when you're sending an email, you want to hit new email, and you're going to type the name of the person you want to send it to. So I'm going to say Tristan McKenzie. And if you want to carbon copy someone, you can just put them in that line. You have the subject header, subject line, and then you have your signature block. How do you add a signature block, you may ask? You go up to this button with the little pen there, you click on that, and then you'll hit signatures ... And then you're gonna do you're gonna say there's gonna be an option to hit new, and then you'll type a name for it. So we'll do it do a little video example. Okay. So in this, we're going to type whatever we want to see. So I'm just going to type a bunch of words, yada yada. Cool. I'm going to save that. Okay. And then whenever I want to input that, I'll literally just hit this button, and I'll write video, do that video example, and boom, all the little signature that I just put into that block, it populates in my email. If I want to attach a file, I'll just hit this paperclip, and then I'll go into Browse this PC and find the file that I want to use. Now from Outlook, if I want to access the calendar, I'll hit in this bottom left-hand screen right here, that calendar button, and it'll pull up my calendar. Now if I want to schedule a new meeting with someone, I can click the day that I want to meet with them, and I can say new meeting. And from here, I can put in the title, and I can put in the person I want to meet with. So I want to meet with the S3. I want to talk about his emails. I want to see what's going on over there. So now I'm inviting Mario Trevino to meet with me on Tuesday the 16th, but I'm not sure what time he's available. So instead of having to reach out to him and find him and have a whole cluster of emails back and forth to figure out what time works for him and what time works for me, why don't I just go ahead and see his calendar using the scheduling assistant? That's this button up here in the top left hand portion. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to see what times I'm available and what times he's available. So it looks like him and I are in PL 300 together from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. together. So that's not going to work for either of us. And let's say if he were to have a blocked out schedule right here, like he did at 10 a.m., you know, I wouldn't be able to meet with him then, right? So I'm going to click a spot that's blank for both of us, and then I'm just going to click it, and it'll automatically populate the time frame in this, and I can adjust as needed. And then finally, don't forget to tell him why you're sending this email. So I'm just going to say, this is a test of the giant voice system. And from that, he'll be able to understand exactly what I want to meet with him about. And as you can see in the bottom left-hand portion, the Microsoft Teams meeting is already automatically has the link in there, and all you have to do is click to join the meeting. So it's very easy to work through this scheduling assistant in that manner. Okay, so that's the gist of how to use Outlook. Now we're going to go into Microsoft Teams. And I know I'm going over time, but I think this is important, so bear with me, guys. We're almost done. So as you can see, I just opened up the Teams in my browser, and I can click on Teams to see all the teams that I've been added to, and I can go into each one and go through files. I can see the files that we actually downloaded earlier to our files. I can see the calendar if your team uses a calendar, and you can just go ahead and play around with this as needed. And then you can go through chat, and you can start a chat with whoever you want to talk to. So let's say I want to search for uh you know one of my roommates, Atef Sikazwe. I'm trying to talk to him. I'm trying to figure out, hey man, how do I get on the soccer team? I'm trying to try out. So if I want to message Atef, I'm just gonna hit this box with this little pencil line in it up there and start a new conversation, type in his name. It's actually pronounced Atef, I believe. And then I'll be like, yo, this is a test. And then I'll just hit enter, and he should get that. So that's a pretty cool way to communicate with your peers while you're in class, or if you want to communicate with others and you don't have their email readily accessible for some reason. Now, when you're in a team site, your teacher is responsible of updating this and making it user friendly for you. But usually, you'll have an assignments tab. You can click on that to view all your assignments. And this isn't like the end all be all. Your teacher may use a different browser or a different application to post their assignments. So make sure you see that off your syllabus and you do your due diligence. But for the most part, most teachers use Teams assignments, and it's pretty easy. The last thing I want to touch on is how to add people to a team. So you're going to go ahead and just select a team. And this is dependent on the settings that the owner puts in place. But for our purposes in C3, we actually made it pretty easy to add members. You don't even have to be an owner or like a leader at all. You literally, anyone can add another member to the team through this process. So all you have to do is hit these three dots next to ComStaff Third Reg C3, and you're going to say add member, and you'll search up the person. So let's search up Atef. Perfect. It looks like he's already in the team. Okay, so I don't have to put him in. That's awesome. What about Trevino? He's already in the team. That's great. What about Mackenzie? And so on and so forth. If I can even find my name. Shoot. Wow, looks like I don't exist. There's a lot of Tristans, dang. Okay. So I just figured out I actually can't add myself. That wouldn't make any sense because in order to add myself to the team, I would have to be in the team. You know what I'm saying? So disregard that last 30 seconds. That was just for fun. Anyway, when you type in that person's name and they come up, you're going to hit send a request if they're not in the team, and they'll get it through an email. And all they have to do is click on it and follow the steps, and they'll be added to the team. Now, when you're in the teams, you can also, I'm going to go back. You can also hit the three dots and say manage team. And here's a more accessible little add member button. You can do the same process we just did, and you can also see who owns the team. So here are our owners, and you can search for members as well. So I want to search, and I want to see if let's say Tristan McKenzie is in this. Wow, Tristan. There I am. So I am in it. That's awesome. Good to hear. Okay, and you can play around with this and get to know a little bit more. But I'm a little bit over time, 16 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna pull up a QR code just for a little survey at the end. Stand by. So here's a QR code. This is for like telling me how I did with this video. It only takes 60 seconds, and it would help me a lot on improving these videos for the future and addressing problems and more complex IT issues that you may have. So if you could go ahead and fill that out, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.